few years ago, I shared my really simple cottage cheese bowl and the internet kind of lost it. I think because this recipe is not only really high quality, it's really healthy, has high quality protein, but also because it is so dang simple, literally anybody can make it and it is so good. To this day, I still get DMs, messages, emails about this specific cottage cheese bowl and how much everybody loves it. So today I'm going to share the exact cottage cheese bowl recipe so you guys can start whipping it up today. Let's dive into it. Okay, so this recipe is so great because it literally uses 3 ingredients that if you eat cottage cheese, you probably have all these ingredients at home already. The first one obviously is cottage cheese. Now, I like to use a full-fat cottage cheese because it is going to be so much more nutrient dense. Full-fat cottage cheese has a lot higher amount of vitamin K2, which is a really important vitamin most people are not getting enough of. It helps get calcium out of our arteries and into our bones, so it's really important for bone and heart health. Plus, full-fat dairy products have actually been found to help keep us more satiated, more satisfied, and therefore actually protective against weight gain and obesity. But something really important that a lot of people make the mistake of when it comes to dairy products in general, make sure you're actually getting enough for a full meal. You guys know that I'm very big on having meals and not snacks to help support gut health as well as a fat loss goal. But a lot of people just aren't used to how much you actually need to eat in order to make something a complete meal. So with cottage cheese, what I like to do is get one of these bigger containers. This is a 16-ounce container. And then I just take half of it as a full serving. That will give roughly 30 grams of complete protein at that meal. But what most people do is they'll actually use the serving size. So you can see on here, the serving size is 1/2 cup. And with that 1/2 cup, it's only going to be 14 grams of protein. That is not going to keep you very full for very long. So if you want this to actually be a meal for breakfast, lunch, whatever, then aim for really at least half of one of these larger containers. Don't even bother with those little single serve cottage cheese. It's just a waste of money because you're going to have to end up getting 2 of them anyway. So the first step, dump this into a bowl. Love cottage cheese. And I'm gonna save this for my dog, Sophie. She likes to lick the rest of it. Put that to the side. Next up is the ingredient that helps to make this cottage cheese bowl so flavorful, so juicy, so delicious, but without having any added sugar, and even still keeping the sugar content fairly low. And that ingredient is frozen blueberries. So I'm going to put about a 1/2 cup of frozen blueberries into a little pan. And now I'm just going to put this over a medium heat or so. If you want to be really time efficient, then you would start with this step first. All we're looking for is to get the blueberries kind of like juicy. You don't need to add anything else in. You can add in like ghee, especially vanilla ghee makes it have a little bit of a vanilla-y flavor, but you can literally just throw frozen blueberries into the pan, put it on some heat, and let it just thaw out. This actually does work better with frozen blueberries and it's more economical and it's also easier because frozen blueberries don't really go bad very quickly. So you can pretty much always have this very fast and easy meal on hand ready to go. So something I like to do is just give it a little mash as well, but you don't have to do this. This is just if you like it a little bit more on the juicy side. So you can see that it's releasing its juices and almost getting to this jammy consistency. This is after only a couple of minutes. So it's done pretty quickly. I'm going to turn this off. You don't want to cook it too long, otherwise the juices that taste so good in cottage cheese bowl will be lost. I'm going to grab the last ingredient, which is peanut butter. Now, peanut butter is not really a great source of protein. It technically does have protein in it, but it's not a high quality source of protein. It's very low diaz, which means it's not absorbed very well by our body. So we're not looking at peanut butter to be used as a source of protein. What we are looking for is that it is a source of fat. We need to have some fat in this meal to make sure that it's actually a meal, that we're going to be satisfied, and that we're not going to be hungry very quickly. So I usually like to have about 2 tablespoons in here, but really depending on your hunger level, your activity level, you can scale up or down. So I'll put this over here so I don't burn my bowl and just plop it straight on. So now we're just going to top this on the cottage cheese. Oh my gosh, so good. I like to pour the blueberries right on top of the peanut butter because it helps to melt the peanut butter and just make this all cohesive and delicious and so good. Warming up the blueberries or really any frozen fruit that you like, I found blueberries tends to work the best, really elevates the cottage cheese bowl, makes it feel like a treat, even though it's a high quality source of protein, fat, and fiber, and 100% in line with weight loss and wellness goals. All right, let's dive into it. I've been having this meal for years, does not get old. Now, if you wanted something crunchy, you could actually swap out the peanut butter, drooling, with whole nuts or seeds instead. So you could use like almonds or coconut flakes. Coconut flakes are really good on top, especially toasted coconut flakes. Yeah, now this is one of my favorite ways to have cottage cheese, but there are a lot of different ways that you can use cottage cheese to add high quality source of protein easily into your meals. If you want to check out my video on the 5 really easy ways to use cottage cheese, you can find that video right here. Also, if you're new to my channel and you love this science-backed and delicious information, make sure you subscribe right here. Come out new videos every Tuesday and Thursday. All right, guys, thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in my next video.